I am back. Hello again, everyone. We're still playing the special episode of Ace Attorney. And we did our investigation and potentially found a maybe not animal murderer. And so off to trial we go. Time 21 a.m. Good morning, Mr. Wright. Good morning. Chipper is over this morning, I see. I'm just thankful we actually get to have a trial for Orla. As a matter of fact, I just ran a few laps around the courthouse to get extra pumped. And I just splashed my face with some water to get the sleep out of my eyes. Oh, I also queued the swashbuckler video so we can watch it anytime. Okay. Thanks. This might help our case. By the way, you have some serious dark circles. Did you stay up late watching this? What? Me? No, I just woke up early, that's all. Guess I need to cover them up. Get ragged on enough as is by Prosecutor Blackquill. Speaking of being pumped, pretty fired up for this trial too. It's been a while. That explains why your hair is spikier than usual. I mean, look at it. It's all super pokey and prickly and stuff. It's amazing. That was a compliment, right? Good luck, Mr. Nick. I'll be cheering you on for the gallery. Thanks, Pearls. It's been so long, I'm actually a little nervous. Good morning, Mr. Lawyer. Oh, Mr. Rhymes. You came to watch the trial? Yeah, Sasha's back at the aquarium with the Orca. So I thought I'd better come here to watch for her. Well, don't you worry. We're gonna win for Orla. Isn't that right, boss? Right. One unprecedented trial coming right up. What do you want to bet that he's going to get called to the stand? Oh God, is he going to rap while he's in the stand though? I don't want to rap. Court is now in session for the trial of Orca Shipley. The defense is ready, Your Honor. Must we waste words on this? Prosecutor Simon Blackquill, known as the Twisted Samurai. The prosecutor is also a convicted felon. They say he never conducts a trial with his loyal hawk Taka by his side. Mr. Wright, it's been quite a while since I've seen you like that. The lawyer image suits you. You're younger somehow. Thank you, Your Honor. You look as young as ever yourself. Well, I had to keep up with you folks after all. By the way, has the defendant arrived in court yet? Surely you jest, Your Boldness. Do you not receive the memo? The defendant, Orca Shipley, is an orca at Shipshape Aquarium. An orca? Arrangements for this trial were made only yesterday, so I didn't have time to review. But an orca as a defendant? It's patently absurd. The director comments to the defense. He is the absurd fellow who insisted on defending the orca in court in the first place. Absurd or not, I will carry out my duty to defend my client. Your duty to defend your crying aunt? Don't you mean your crying orca, Mr. Wright? If we are to proceed, we must treat the orca as we would any other defendant. Every soul, be it man or beast, is of equal value. The question is whether that soul is painted in black or white. Take Taka, for example. He is as human in spirit as you or I. The real question is, am I in for more pain, as always? Orca or not, I suppose the defendant is still a defendant. And I vow to render my verdict fairly and impartially. Now then, Prosecutor Blackquill, your opening statement, if you would. I suppose I can hardly leave it to someone who knew nothing of the defendant. Very well. Listen carefully. The orca murdered the owner of Shipshape Aquarium in the aquarium's orca pool. The orca apparently toyed with the victim mercilessly as he died. A sadistic orca. What a chilling thought. And where exactly is this defendant now? Inside this. A cell phone, Prosecutor Blackquill? Time marches on, Your Boldness, with or without us. I borrowed this TV phone from the aquarium, which will allow us to interact with the Orca. A TV phone? Very well. The court accepts it into evidence. We're Zoom chatting with the Orca. We'll be able to view the defendant in question on this large monitor. Fulbright, prepare for transmission. You've got it, Prosecutor Blackquill. Pretty good. We will proceed with the defendant on telecast. So that is the Orca that stands accused, is it? Aw, she's waving her flipper at us. Maybe she's cheering us on? Hola, wish Phoenix and Athena luck. Oh, it's quite cute, isn't it? This adorable creature is suspected of killing a man. Oil is really pouring on the charm, huh? She is far from cute. She's a violent, reckless animal. That's right. Name Bobby's Fulbright. I'll take over the explaining from here. Now, if I could direct your attention to this diagram of the crime scene. Following the report of an Orca attack, we, the police, raced on over to Ship-Shape Aquarium. There, we found a guest who says she saw the Orca and the victim from the visitor's corridor. As the witness was watched... Excuse me. Thank you. As the witness was watching, the Orca suddenly went crazy and attacked the victim. The Orca was the only one there, therefore no one else could have committed the crime. Not quite finished. I have a portion of the autopsy report here. Can't imagine the terror of being attacked underwater by such a large creature. But attack it did. Prepare yourself for the grisly details, your boldness. The prosecution moves to introduce our witness, Fulbright. You got it, Prosecutor Blackquill. In justice we trust. One brave lady whose fine sense of justice compelled her to speak. Coming right up. How dare you make me wait? Don't you know I'm a busy woman? I could have written an entire book for all the time I spent in that lobby. Prosecutor Blackquill. Well? I am Norma de Plume, and I'm a non-fiction writer. Am I the only one who isn't telepathic here? Looks like she can read into people's words just as well as I can read into people's hearts. Not everything needs to be a competition, Athena. What? Norma de Plume? The great non-fiction writer Miss Norma de Plume herself. I've read all your works and enjoyed them immensely. Your Million Seller, The Great Grief of the Great Thief, is one of my favorites. Well, you're a fan, Your Honor. I'll give you my autograph if you like. Wait a second. I could swear you looked much different in the photos in your book. Well, I used ones from 10 years ago in my book so the paparazzi won't harass me. The judge seems so shocked. The visual disconnect must really be doing a number on his honor's head. Could we get started, please? If I find you to be lacking as a judge, you will see your debut in my books. Such harsh comments. You really must be the real Norma de Plume. You knew Mr. Plume was so famous. Enough jabbering. Tell the court what you saw and keep it brief. I would thank you not to order me around. I am perfectly willing to tell everyone what I witnessed. It was the moment of the murder. Very well then. Please proceed with your testimony. Sorry, I keep yawning and it's throwing me off. Excuse me. I went to Ship-Shape Aquarium to see the killer whale. As I was watching the killer whale from the visitor's quarter, it suddenly went crazy. Saw the killer whale bite the victim to death with its huge mouth and deadly teeth. Okay, I'm pretty sure that's going to be the contradiction, just saying. Contusion from head trauma. Bruised all over body. Death thought to be a result of Orca attack. Estimated time of death, under investigation. Isn't this just the intro cutscene that we saw?
Ye made it just in time.
mean, I'd say that's probably the source of the trauma. Just
We be pirates, we love to sail the seven seas. Just a bunch of scallywags who are as
I just
free
realized
as
that the
we
Orca is
can be.
tweeting along with
We
this.
swim through storms and waves, all because you see grand treasure and adventures waiting just for me.
Attempting to remain calm, I reported the incident to the police immediately. That adorable defendant really did all that. Oh, must be much more vicious than it looks. Now deliver your judgment so I may carry out the sentence.
Objection!
The defense would like to do some defending first. That's all right. Must you drag this out with your tomfoolery? The defense always has the right to cross-examine a witness, you know? A fellow inmate told me just this morning, if you want something signed, all you need is the document and a witness. Let me guess. They're convicted for contract fraud, right? All we need in this case is the evidence and a witness to convict. It's as simple as that. Looks like I guess, right? Sorry, but as Miss Sykes said, the defense has every right to cross-examine. Isn't that correct, Your Honor? Yes, of course. You may proceed with your cross-examination, Mr. Wright. I shall relish the sight of you thrashing around in vain. Okay, so let's save. Oh, whoops. Sorry, wrong button. Let me press. Okay. Why did you want to see the Orca? Well, it is the feature attraction of the aquarium, after all. Why waste energy on such tripe? There's but one attraction in Shipship Aquarium that's worth anyone's time, and that is the penguins. Isn't that right, Taka, my friend? Alrighty then. Guess Prosecutor Blackquill is for the birds. Guess I should jot that down. Note to self, Prosecutor Blackquill is on Team Rifle. Birds on the Brain awarded. And so you went to see the Orca in its tank? Yes, that's right. So I was watching the killer whale from the visitor's corridor. It suddenly went crazy. The Orca suddenly went crazy, did she? Yes. Took a look at me, and then all at once it started going berserk. Did you do anything to make her angry? I did nothing more than simply glare at it from the visitor's quarter. She glared at Orla. And that's what caused her to go berserk? The reason the defendant went mad is not the issue here. Only what she did once she entered that state. In any case, the killer whale began behaving wildly before my very eyes. And then saw the killer whale bite the victim to death with his huge mouth and deadly teeth.
Hold it!
So you're saying you saw the very moment of the victim's death? That is exactly what I'm saying. It was simply dreadful. It's frightening as losing one's manuscript just before deadline. So as a writer, that'd be pretty terrifying. I witnessed the killer whale's horrific act, and I knew I had to do something, so... Attempting to remain calm, I reported the incident to the police immediately. Why were the police the first ones you contacted? I was afraid if I told the aquarium staff, they might try to cover it up. Of course, I immediately told aquarium security after my call to the police. Believe I deserve praise for my swift decision-making skills under pressure. Mr. Plume is the most assertive witness I've ever seen. We better do our best to look like big shot lawyers who want to match your intensity. Mr. Plume, I praise your swift decisive-making skills under pressure. That was more kiss up than big shot. I suppose it was unrealistic to expect big shot from Mr. Wright. How fitting for a small fry to praise a big shot. I'll create the small fry some slack, you big meanies. The important thing here is, did she really see the moment of the murder? Raring to go, aren't you, Mr. Wright? See in your eyes and in your heart. Guess I really am a lawyer at heart. Okay, so I'm pretty sure I know what to do here. So I'm pretty sure it's the autopsy report here, because the autopsy report specifically explains that he's not bit. Like it says contusion, bruises.
Objection!
It would seem that you are mistaken, Mr. Plume. I beg your pardon. The autopsy report does indeed say death thought to be a result of Orca attack. But the actual cause of death is contusion from head trauma, not being bitten. What? But, I'm sure the victim was bitten. I don't believe that can be true. The security footage doesn't show anything of the kind.
Objection!
Just as I suspected. I knew you would peek at the footage behind Fulbright's back. Well, what did you expect when you wouldn't play nice and share? But unfortunately for you, the footage you saw was only one small part. Yesterday, after I decided to take this case to trial, I re-reviewed all the evidence. Taka, the evidence I gave you for safekeeping. Guess that hawk is higher up on the pecking order than Fulbright and Blackwell's book. Very well, let's review the footage. What's this? The Orca is biting the victim! No way! Yeah, it's lifting him up to, like, get him out of the water. It's trying to save him. I have to say that this appears to be very damning evidence. Oh, I can't believe Orla really bit him. And there's more. Look at this. What's on his wrist? This photograph was taken while the body was being examined. There seems to be a strange bruise on the victim's right wrist. The crime lab examined the bruise and calculates its relevance to the case in hand. What's important right now is evidence that points to the Orca as the killer. Look at the left side of the body. See the Orca's tooth marks on the victim's clothes. Yes, they do appear to suggest that she did, in fact, bite the victim. Yeah, but there's no holes in him, though. Told you so? And then the killer whale swam up toward the surface with the victim in its mouth.
Objection!
However, in the autopsy report, the cause of death is contusion from head trauma.
Objection!
You are much too impetuous, right, Dono? Granted, the Orca biting the victim was not the cause of death. The witness was mistaken about that. Then what explanation is there for what the witness saw? Did I not say in the beginning the Orca toyed with the victim mercilessly? My goodness. After killing the victim, the defendant swam around with his dead body in her mouth. Just like any other predator toying with its prey. Mr. Wright, the hearts of the people in the gallery are suddenly filled with fear. Fear of Orla. So the defendant bit the victim after she had killed him. But if that's the case, must still figure out how the defendant killed the victim. Prosecutor Blackquill, do you have a sound theory to give this to court? I wouldn't be standing here if I couldn't prove whether the Orca's heart was black or white. But Orla is black and white. Her body, I mean. Athena, please try not to provoke Prosecutor Blackquill. This witness also observed the actual moment of the murder. Think back, word mistress. Think back to what you observed before the Orca bit the victim. Oh, I see what you're driving at. So that was the true moment of the murder, was it? Now explain it in a way that even these simpletons can understand. There you go again, ordering me around. Stop that this instant. Whatever. Don't mind telling my story. I saw the killer whale before it toyed with the body as well. I saw it the moment it killed the victim by headbutting him. Orla killed the victim by headbutting him? That's right. It rammed the victim over and over again. Recall that the autopsy reports say that there are bruises all over his body. Recall as well how persistent the defendant can be when she's attacking her prey. And we all just saw the killer whale headbutting the victim in the footage, don't forget. That footage backs up to Plume's testimony. But there's also something very important it does not show. Now, do you see what a menace this killer is? I'm sorry, but I can't allow your testimony to stand unchallenged. Looking at this footage, the Orca certainly seems to be headbutting something. But you'll note that something is not the victim. Oh, what? I want to look away, but I can't. Even if it was the victim, you couldn't have seen him from where you were, could you? What? Oh, well, suppose not. Mr. Plume, did you actually witness the victim getting headbutted by the defendant? Let's see. Do I remember now? As I recall, a rock in the shape of a skull was obstructing my view. So are you admitting that you couldn't see the victim? Yes. Yes, I suppose I am. However, immediately after the headbutting, the victim came floating up. He came up from behind the skull-shaped rock and his body was all limp. What else could I think except that the killer whale was headbutting the victim?
Objection!
But if you didn't actually see the moment of the attack itself, then it's pure conjecture. Unless I do everything around him. How dare you speak so rudely to me? There's no need for hysterics. Clear your mind and recall how you reached your conclusion. Though you couldn't see what the Orca was attacking, you didn't need to, did you? Because you knew she was behaving exactly as she had only 1 year prior. Oh. 1 year ago? That's right. Yes, that's it. That's how I knew the killer whale was headbutting the victim. I'm sorry, but could someone explain exactly what happened a year ago? If you must know, a very similar incident occurred only last year in which the defendant murdered her trainer. What? The Orca murdered her trainer, you say? What? Is this really true? It's not looking good for us. It's all in this book. That book. The Killer Whale. That's Mr. Plume's latest work. Just thinking of picking that up. Non-fiction book. Last year, the defendant killed her trainer in the middle of a show. The Orca headbutted and bit the victim. The same thing she's accused of in this case. That Orca killed 2 people? He's a menace. Guilty, I say. I never want to go to the beach again. Oh, now everyone's even more convinced that Orly did it. You're doing so well, but now everyone in the room has a bad impression of Orla. I don't want to think she did it. But it's hard to keep on believing in somebody who can't even tell me your side. Phoenix, you gotta believe in Orla. There's no way she killed anybody. Gotta save her. Please, I'm begging you. Sasha. What am I doing doubting my client like this? This is the time to be strong. I believe in Orla and I'm ready to fight for our clients. Take everybody in this courtroom on if I have to. Don't you worry, Sasha. Won't give up on Orla. We'll defend her to the very end. Thank you. Thank you, both of you. We are Orla's lawyers. Who else but us could save her? Can't give up on her now. For an instant there, you were afraid of the Orca, weren't you, right, Tono? When you saw a photograph of the victim from a year ago, you turned paler than me. Saw right through me. It's obvious you have neither the guts nor the determination to defend the Orca. It's true that Orla can't speak, and I don't know her thoughts. But there's a certain someone who believes in Orla with all her heart. I respect the trust she has in Orla, so I'm willing to believe in Orla too. What do you know about orcas? Nothing, that's what. So allow me to fill you in. Do you have any idea why orcas are also called killer whales? Because they are cunning and merciless predators that hunt and kill even true whales. So, killer whales really are killers. They're terrifying creatures indeed. I can't bear to hear any more of such rubbish as trusting the killer, can you, your boldness? No matter what you say, I will continue to believe. I don't give up that easily, you know? Dullet. You don't know when to give up, do you? Very well, I shall give you a chance to prove just how determined you are. Witness, spare no quarter and lay the full truth on them. But of course, that is what I do after all. Prosecutor, excuse me, sorry. Prosecutor Blackquill, what will you have the witness testify about? I shall have her testify about what she saw and what she heard. What she heard? Oh, she's going to say that she heard a whistle, and we're going to be like, nope, can't hear that, dumbass. Very well, Mr. Plume. Please tell the court what you saw and what you heard. The killer whale's behavior was exactly the same as a year ago. As I approached the pool, the killer whale suddenly started singing. Excuse me. I was calm when I saw it start to headbutt. But when the pirate hat and victim came floating up, I let out a scream. So the Orca displayed... Excuse me. I'm like really messing up the voices tonight. I don't know why. I also keep running out of breath. Okay. So the Orca excuse me 1 second. Where's my... Wait, what the fuck? There we go. Okay, sorry. Turning up my in-ear monitoring. So the Orca displayed the same behavior as during the incident a year ago. That's right. Those weren't just simple cries, it was singing. As I approached the pool, the killer whale suddenly started singing. It kept headbutting while it sang the Swashbuckler Spectacular song. That's right, it was singing the same song as sang in the aquarium stage show back then. It was singing while it was headbutting. It was perfectly horrible. I don't see a single obvious inconsistency in this testimony. It's clear I won't be able to take apart her statements with evidence alone. Mr. Wright, now will be a good time for me to put my skills to work. Time to show what analytical psychology can really do. Seem pretty confident. Let me guess. You noticed a contradiction between the testimony and her emotions? You bet I did. And once we expose it, we just might be able to crack her. Now scratch that. Make it we'll definitely be able to. Let's give your knowledge of analytical psychology a try. You got it, boss. Complete analysis of Mr. Plume's heart coming right up. Okay, she has no emotions here, which is kind of strange. As I approached the pool, the killer whale suddenly started singing. I was calm when I saw it start to headbutt. Well, she's lying because she's not calm at all. But when the pirate hat and victim came floating up, I let out a scream. Do you see any emotions that seem odd or out of place? Pay attention to not only which emotions you see, but how strong they are too. Emotion might suddenly get stronger, for example, or you might see it grow weaker. Okay, let me listen to her testimony again. I was calm when I saw it. Like this, both of these don't make any sense. Got it! Mr. Plume, Orla really frightened you with her headbutting, didn't she? Don't be absurd. I certainly was not frightened by the likes of any killer whale. Must have been something else that scared them, boss. However, I do remember being very afraid for some reason while I was doing that. Sounds like maybe you saw something we haven't discussed yet. Take your time and try to remember what it was. What did you see? It's practically turning into a counseling session. I saw something. Oh, ugh, I remember now. Okay, good. Now if you could please tell the court what you saw. I saw bright red blood. The killer whale's ramming caused the victim to bleed. There was a great cloud of blood. What? Yes, that's it. That's why I was so sure. That's when I knew that the killer whale had killed a person for a second time. Well, that was a very compelling statement indeed. Looking at this again, there does appear to be something that could be a cloud of blood. So terror was a reaction to blood, wasn't it? That would certainly explain what happened yesterday. Please take a look at this blood-stained coin. Ugh! 6 injustice at once. kind of a man shows a lady blood? She doesn't have to get so worked up. I was badly injured during an interview once. Ever since then I've been terrified of blood. The very sight of it dreadfully upsets my delicate sensibilities. It's a bad time. Misty Plume saw blood. Does that mean Orla really did attack the victim? It would appear that Orcas are even more vicious than I am. So how does it feel to be so thoroughly rammed by your own cross-examination, right, Dono? What do we do now, boss? That testimony was not at all what I expected to hear. Wait a minute. There's still some discord left in Mr. Plume's heart. What? You mean there's more? Yes, but there's no telling what it is. It could be something even more damaging. Ugh. Is there even anything left for our case to damage? Whatever it is, we have to face it head on. Athena, you believe in Orca, right? If so, there's no reason for us to shy away from the truth. Yeah, you're right. I know we can handle the truth, whatever it is. So let's delve a little deeper. You got it, boss. Exactly the same as a year ago. As I approached the pool, the killer whale suddenly started singing. After it started headbutting, I saw that awful blood and was terrified. But when the pirate hat and victim came floating up, I let out a scream. Okay. I still think, like, this is weird, isn't it? Like, if it's the same as a year ago, shouldn't she be feeling an emotion? Surprise, intense fear, but also surprise, which, I mean, I feel like the surprise still makes sense. Pirate head and victim can play without a scream. And she's fearful, but she's more surprised than anything. See any motions that seem odd or out of place? Pay attention not only which motions you see, but how strong they are. Motion might suddenly get stronger or might see it grow weaker. So the surprise stayed the same here. Oh, it is weird. She became less terrified.
Got it.
Yeah, that's weird. Your fear appears to lessen here at this statement. Mr. Plume, weren't you afraid when you saw the victim with blood coming out of him? My, that's a very good question. I was shaken after witnessing a murder, yes, but then the blood seemed to disappear. Disappear? Why do you suppose that was? Simple, it was because of the pirate hat. After the killer whale put the hat on, the cloud of blood disappeared.
Objection!
And how exactly does that work? How should I know? Just telling you what I remember, Blue Boy. Wait a minute. From whom was this blood that Mr. Plume saw actually coming from? Oh. It's coming from Orla then. Right?
Take that!
Because it disappeared because the hat was on there. Consider this. Maybe the one who was bleeding wasn't the victim. I beg your pardon. What kind of ridiculous nonsense is that? There was no one else in that pool besides the victim. Well, I wouldn't say there was no one else. It is an Orca pool, after all. What? Then where's this alleged injury on the defendant? Not sure, but if somebody wearing the pirate hat made the blood disappear, the blood must have been coming from somewhere on Orla's head. Wow! The Orca's head. What are you proudly on about now? Please think about it again, Mr. Plume. Think back to what you really saw. It is... The one who was bleeding was not the victim, but the killer whale? There wasn't any blood coming from the victim at all. We did it. analytical psychology got us what we needed from her. That was a huge help, Athena. Also pretty dicey for a while, though. Well, this is a surprise. The blood the witness saw was the defendants, not the victims. That is correct. And since there was no blood coming from the victim, there's only one thing we can conclude. That's what Mr. Plume witnessed was not the moment of the murder, as she claims. Sorry, I think I just want that
Objection!
I thought you were unarmed, but it turns out you were concealing a sword all along. Nevertheless, it is far too dull to cut to the bone. Meaning, I grant that what the witness saw was not the victim's blood, but it proves nothing. After all, being rammed doesn't always result in a wound that bleeds, does it? Death from internal hemorrhaging is also a possibility. He has a point there. If you wish to challenge me to a duel, you'll need a sharper blade than that, right, Dono? I demand evidence that proves the witness did not see the moment of the murder. Must be something. Think, Phoenix. If I'm correct, then the victim's death occurred before the Plume saw it, after the Plume saw it. There's blood on the back of his head. I would assume before. The victim was already dead when Orla started her headbutting. That means he died sometime before Mr. Plume was watching it. The events Mr. Plume witnessed took place at around 10 a.m. Unless there's something that can tell us about what happened before 10 a.m. I mean, are we talking about the planner? It's really the only thing.
Take that!
No, it's not this. Yeah, sorry. You're not sure, right? No, we can be quite sure it's unrelated. Yes, quite. Took place around 10 a.m. So, timestamp or it must be before the Plume saw it. Weird bruise. Well, 10:09 and 10:10. Wait, so it was headbutting, and so it's bleeding, but he's not there. But then she sees him float out from behind the rock. I mean, this is... I don't know. I mean, are we really just saying that it's... not that good? Pearl entered the staff quarter. I mean, this is at 10:09 specifically. But, like, is that really it, though? evidence that proves the witness did not see the moment of the murder. I mean... instant death from a brain contusion. Instant death.
Take that!
No. Just get me through it. Let me try something else.
Take that!
Oh, okay. Alright, fine. It is the camera footage. Saying that maybe there was security footage from before then. I mean, okay, sure.
Take that!
We've only seen the footage from 10:09 to 10:10. Which means there's still footage going further back that we need to check. Your Honor, I request that all of the security footage be played for the court. All of the footage? Mr. Plume witnessed the cloud of blood at around 10:10. But I believe the victim was already dead by that time. So your assertion is that the murder took place before Mr. Plume arrived? Exactly. The security camera footage starts at 10 when the aquarium opened. And I believe there's vital evidence in the 10 minutes before. You are quite the gambling man, right, Dono? Are you honestly willing to risk everything on those mere 10 minutes? I've bet on slimmer chances before. When he puts it that way. My boss is no coward, Prosecutor Blackquill, so I suggest you get ready to eat humble pie. No, can't back down now. Well, if the defense is that confident in its importance, Prosecutor Blackquill, the security footage. Fulbright. Roger. Have the rest of the security footage right here. Very well. Please play it for the court. Please have something for me. This is what it looked like at 10:10 a.m. What's going to be seen here? Wow, just back the footage up to the beginning now. .08. 06. Appears Mr. Plume hasn't arrived after this point. Let's see if I can find something from this before this point. 10:03. 10. Is that it? Yep, that's all the footage there is. Well, Mr. Wright, do you see what you were looking for? We got nothing. Well, alright, Tony. Those were the 10 minutes you placed your bet on. Did you see anything of significance? Did I see anything important? Better think about this carefully. In the footage we see something important. This is the important thing the footage shows. I don't know. It's a creepy skull. It's like spot the difference. So I mean the skull and everything is all still there. This thing's still there. She has her stage makeup on.
Take that!
Oh shit, I didn't mean to press that button. Importance is a subjective thing. Yes, just my decision to assign penalty is subject to the thing. Yeah. Wait a minute. What if something that should be in the footage isn't there? Wait, Your Honor, that footage. Wait, so is the right answer the nothing part? The fact that something isn't there, basically? I don't... It's a little bit hard to play, spot the difference, though. We can see nothing of importance in that footage. Just as I thought. You're right about that. That section was completely meaningless. Doesn't show a thing. That's why I didn't submit it as evidence.
Objection!
There's no body. No, it's just the opposite. Huh? What do you mean by that? In this 10 minutes of footage, something important that should be there isn't. Detective Fulbright, this footage should have been submitted as evidence. What? Are you questioning the way I carry out my duty to justice? Hi, Money. Let's go.
Mr. Wright, explain yourself, please. What is this important thing that you say should be in the footage, but isn't?
Probably Captain Orla. Or the gold coins, maybe. $300 coins in all, weighing 7 pounds. So this was likely, makes it likely murder weapon. Actually, is that in the footage? Kind of hard to tell. But I mean, I would assume that the important thing that should be and isn't in there is the body.
Take that!
The important thing we should see in the footage is the victim himself, Jack Shipley. I don't know about you, but I didn't see him get in the pool in that footage.
Oh.
Yeah, that's right. If the victim is not shown entering the pool in this footage, it means that he must have been there by the skull rock during those 10 minutes. But no human being can hold their breath underwater for that long. Wait a minute. Are you saying... When the security camera started at 10 a.m., the victim was already dead.
Order in the court. If that's the case, then when was the victim murdered?
I don't know, Your Honor. But we now know it had to have been sometime before 10 a.m. Therefore, this footage can only be called decisive evidence against my client. But there's no one else who could have killed the victim. Not necessarily. Defense believes that the true culprit may have been human. And we have evidence to back up our theory as well. Do you now? I would be very interested in seeing this evidence. It's just the bloody coin, by the way. I'm going to go so far as to call it decisive, but now's the time to play it.
Very well, Mr. Wright. Please submit your evidence. What evidence shows that the crime may have been committed by a human? Take that! What's this? A coin?
Yes, a fake coin used in the Aquarium's pirate show. We found it besides the pool. This coin is quite possibly the real murder weapon.
This tiny coin is the murder weapon. Mr. Wright, if this is another one of your bluffs.
As they say, the bolder the presentation, the less confident the solicitor. This is no bluff, and this isn't the only coin. There are 300 of these coins in all, weighing a total of about 7 pounds. This one just happens to have blood on it. Did you have the blood analyzed to see whose it is? Not yet. But there are coins scattered all around the body, and the victim had a head wound. Taking these into account, I believe it has to be the victim's blood. So to put it together, about 7 pounds of coin by the side of the pool. One of them with a blood stain on it. I think the answer is pretty clear here. Your Honor, the defense proposes that the victim was killed besides the pool.
The side of the pool? But if the murder took place there, it would be difficult to say the Orca did it.
I realize you're trying to defend your client, but that theory is preposterous. How could 300 coins possibly be made to hit someone all at once? Be pretty easy if they were in a bag or something of that nature.
And so where's the bag this coins were in?
Unfortunately, Your Honor, we recovered nothing of the sort from the scene. It's possible the culprit took it with them.
They took it.
The true culprit used the coins as a blunt instrument to commit murder. They then threw the body into the pool before the security cameras started up. And then they left, taking the bag the coins were in with them. They got rid of the evidence that points to a human culprit to pin the blame on Orla. That was brilliant, Mr. Wright. And a way to introduce the possibility of a human perpetrator. Yeah, somehow. Let's hope my luck holds out. I wonder why Prosecutor Blackquill hasn't said anything.
The possibility of a perpetrator other than the defendant has not been suggested. But if we hold this possibility to be true, then what did Mr. Plume witness?
That's right. I saw the killer will attack the victim, just like I did a year ago singing a song. Guess there still is that. Even with somebody else as the culprit, Orla's behavior still seems pretty bizarre. Wonder why she was doing the same thing she did a year ago. Was it really that bizarre? What do you mean? To explain the inexplicable, all we have to do is turn our thinking around. Turn our thinking around, huh? Sounds good to me. Time to give the old turn my thinking around method a try. Instead of trying to figure out why Orla did the same thing she did a year ago, I should consider results that were produced by her behavior this time around. Orla sang a song, did some headbutts, and bit the victim. If the real culprit wanted to shift the suspicion onto Orla, then it wouldn't need to give people a reason to think Orla did it in the first place.
Mr. Wright, as a lawyer, how do you explain your client's actions?
I believe we should think of it this way, Your Honor. What kind of effect did Orla's actions have on the case?
Very well. Why don't you explain for the court? How did the defendant's actions affect the case?
They created a witness. They killed the victim. They got rid of evidence. They created a witness. Mr. Plume focused her attention on the Orca pool because she heard the song. The Orca's act of singing a song created a witness.
Created a witness.
Isn't it possible that fabricating a witness was the real culprit's true intention? After all, Mr. Plume witnessed two things. She saw Orla headbutt something over and over again, and she saw the Orca bite the victim. And those two actions of Orla's might have been the real culprit's plot to make the witness think the Orca was attacking the victim.
Are you saying that the defendant was being manipulated by the true perpetrator?
Exactly. And that would explain Orla's actions perfectly.
But the defendant is an Orca. It's even possible to manipulate her.
Yes, there is a way to manipulate Orca's behavior. With this. I mean, this kind of pins Sasha, though, doesn't it?
That's a whistle.
Yes, Your Honor. Trainers at the aquarium use whistles to issue commands to Orla. But in truth, anyone can do it, provided they know the right signals.
Oh, that must be how they get Orla to do tricks for their pirate shows.
The true culprit hid the body in a spot that couldn't be seen from the visitors' corridor. Then, when Mr. Plume appeared, they gave Orla the commands. In other words, Orla was manipulated by the culprit to perform a series of tricks. What? And, as for you, Mr. Plume, you were manipulated by the true culprit to play the part of the witness. Norma de Plume was set up. I, Norma de Plume, writer extraordinaire, was used? No. No! Oh, jeez. You might want to get a belt, something.
Mr. Plume, please do something about your attire. Oh, that was one wardrobe malfunction I did not want to see. It would appear we need to shift our suspicion towards someone other than Orla. Prosecutor Blackquill, please have the bloodstained coin analyzed.
You waste your breath. Guess even Prosecutor Blackquill can't refute the possibility of a human suspect. You did it, boss. If the crime happened besides the pool, there's no way an Orca could have done it. Now, if only we could find the bag the coins were in. Okay, but you could still pin it on the Orca, though. Because you could be like, okay, it played volleyball, right?
In light of the new discovery, it appeared that the Orca couldn't have done it.
Exactly, Your Honor. If the blood on the coin proves to be that of the victim, we can unequivocally overturn Orla's accusation. Overturn the defendant's accusation? I think not. Look, my hair! My beautiful hair! Yesterday, a new inmate was brought into the prison. He said the moment you relax is when you're most vulnerable.
What is this man going for?
He is merely a sneaky thief who enjoys a spot of fishing now and then. But right down here would be easier to hook than any fish. That hawk sure does love the judge's head.
What's this? That coin from before in some sort of bag.
A bag? I don't think I'm gonna like this. This is the coin bag the 300 coins were in. So you were looking for this? How do you get that? I never said we didn't find it at the crime scene. The bag had blood in it, so naturally I had it sent to the crime lab. And? Does the blood belong to the victim? It does indeed. As does the blood in the coin. I knew it. The blood in the coin did belong to the victim. The bag was open and the coins had all spilled out. But the bag alone wasn't proof enough to say that it was used as the murder weapon. However, thanks to the defense and their coin, I am more than satisfied that it was.
Prosecutor Blackquill, are you conceding that the true culprit committed the murder with the bag of coins?
I shall concede that the victim was put into the pool after his death. However, even with the bag, doesn't change the fact that it was the Orca that killed the victim. What? How can you still suspect Orla? You said that the true culprit manipulated Orla's behavior. But Orla isn't the kind of Orca that would let someone control her. If anything, Orla used the victim's behavior against him to murder him. What? But...
Are you arguing that the Orca manipulated a human being?
To prove it, I have summoned another witness. Marlon Rhymes, take the stand. Marlon Rhymes is a witness?
Please don't help.
Well, don't just stand there. State your name. I told you I didn't want to be a witness. I thought one witness would be quite enough to prove the defendant's guilt. But apparently a right donor won't be satisfied until every stone is turned. Well, son of a... Alright, fine. If I gotta talk, then let's get this over with. Mr. Rams doesn't seem like a willing witness. I wonder what Prosecutor Blackwill's gonna have him testify about.
Could we have your name and occupation for the record, witness?
Oh, God. People of the law, time to testify. Chilling out my crew at the ship shape. Orcas, penguins, and the seascape. Feeding and feeding, there ain't no end. But them bratty kid stewards, I shall transcend. Noob animal keeper from the house of rhymes. I'm the master keeper. Marlon with the rhymes. I mean, okay, so to be fair, the rhymes themselves are pretty decent, I guess, as far as things go. But I don't. I'm good.
Oh my, afraid I couldn't understand a word you said. Is that flip-flop music young people nowadays like?
So close, Your Honor. So close. Yet so far.
Please proceed with your testimony, witness, without the flip-flop.
Okay, fine. I don't want to do this, I tell you. I feel like I'm selling Sasha out. Okay. At about 10:10 a.m., I was in the staff room. Heard a loud noise from the pool room, so I went to the door to look in. Couldn't see the captain or the Orca, but I saw a bunch of coins scattered around. The Orca knows there's a certain spot people stand to play volleyball with her. Think maybe she knocked down the stuff that was piled up there and hit the captain. Looks like there's a little more info about the area on the Orca pool. The defendant made this stuff fall down. Overturned crates and assorted props were scattered all over the pool room floor. There's no doubt that it was the Orca that caused the mess.
Could she really have done that from within the pool?
As I said, the Orca is the only one that could have performed such a feat. The pool and its rooms were tidied the night before, including its various odds and ends. But when our rhyming Marlin took a look-see, over 400 pounds of props had fallen. To move it all in one go would challenge even the brawny prisoner in the cell next to mine. What is he? The jail gossip? So, how did 400 pounds of items fall all at once? I'll tell you how. The Orca pulled on the cloth that was underneath them. A weight that would be all but impossible for a human to move was child's play to an Orca. During a friendly game of volleyball, the defendant made the crates fall, and the bag of coins that was among the items fell on the victim's head and killed him. The Orca then toyed with the victim's body underwater, which is what Mr. Plume saw.
Objection!
But the witness only said he heard a loud noise. That doesn't automatically make it the sound of Orla making the items fall. Also, why did you only look in on the pool room anyway, Mr. Rhymes? That Orca sometimes makes loud noises to summon a trainer. But I'm still a newbie, so I don't have a security card to get into the pool room yet. So even if she tries to summon somebody, there isn't much I can do about it.
I see. So the witness couldn't enter the crime scene.
If Mr. Rhymes couldn't enter the room, there's at least one thing he can't be sure about. His statement that the Orca was playing volleyball is purely speculation.
Silence.
Whether the Orca was actually playing volleyball or not is not the issue. Traces of the Orca's saliva were found on the cloth that was under the crates. The important point is that the Orca is the only one that could have moved the items. I have to discredit that statement somehow. By don't I mean that Orla was the culprit, even if the victim died outside the pool.
Excuse me.
He was in the
Hold
staff
it!
room at 10:10. Are you sure about the time you were in the staff room? Well, yeah, I'm sure. I'm pretty good with time. I've never been late to work once. Be sure about the time that there's something wrong with that statement. They're taking a look at the court record.
All right. Please continue your testimony, Mr. Rhymes.
I heard loud noise in the pool room, so I went to the door to look in.
Hold it!
You heard the noise all the way in the staff room? That's right. The Orca pool room and the staff room were pretty close to each other. Anyway, I heard the noise, so I went to the door of the pool room. I have a security card, so all I could do was look through the door crack. What kind of noise did you hear? Want me to describe it? Oh, yes. The crash, boom, bowing down to relativity. Everything falling with simplicity. This testimony, yo, it ain't got no fallacies. Things falling and breaking with pure insanity. Kind of like that. Okay. Why do you need to ramp it?
Well, I didn't really get all that. But in any case, I get there was a very loud noise. Very well, please describe what you saw at the scene.
Couldn't see the captain of the Orca by his help, which coins.
Hold it!
You couldn't see the victim. I was just looking through the door crack. Guess all that stuff was blocking my view. I did notice a whole bunch of coins scattered all over the place, though. For the time, I had no idea the captain was dead. Killed by gold coins. Ironic, isn't it? Perhaps the Orca wanted to be paid for her labor. Pinning coins raining from the skies. Raining from the sky? Makes it sound almost poetic. But the hard truth is those coins were actually the murder weapon. We all deserve to be paid for our work, do we not? Shall have a fine meal tonight. If you find out Khan guilty, that is. Mr. Rams, do you have a theory on how the things got knocked down? Of course I do.
Hold it!
She uses this ball and does a spike, right? We had a nice little demonstration of what Orla's spike for ourselves just yesterday. You stand on the mark on the floor, the Orca spikes the ball at you. Taka is good at flying straight at a target as well. And I see plenty of targets right here in this room. Everybody's so busy protecting their head, they forgot about the trial. Including you. Tell them what the defendant caused to happen. The Orca knows people stand in a certain spot for volleyball. I think maybe she knocked on the stuff that was piled up there and hit the cat.
Hold it!
Are you saying you think she knocked down the items on purpose? I don't want to believe it myself, but that Orca's pretty smart. Be easy for her to pull the cloth that stuff was on while she was playing volleyball. Orcas are pretty strong. One good pull and all the things would have come crashing down. I guess maybe an Orca could be strong enough to make that much stuff fall in. I have never seen an Orca play tug of war myself, but the fact is this one did. The traces of the Orca saliva found on the cloth prove it. How long do you plan to walk tightrope on those shaky theories of yours? Wait until you see me do acrobatics. Moments like these are what I became a lawyer again for. I don't know why, but Mr. Rhymes is lying. I'm afraid I have to expose that secret he and Pearls were keeping to resolve this. Yeah, because he was in the food prep room.
Objection!
You say you were in the staff room, but is that really true? Of course it's true. Why would I lie about a thing like that? Mr. Rhymes, have you ever seen this calendar before? Hey, that's... I see you recognize it. Yeah, that's the rifle calendar. It's a big hit at the Ship Shape Aquarium gift shop. Thank you for shopping at Ship Shape.
Mr. Rhymes, please refrain from scattering fish around the witness stand.
Not to worry, your boldness. Puck will have them cleaned up in no time. I guess that bird comes in handy now and then.
All right, Mr. Wright. We've all seen your cute souvenir. Now, if you wouldn't mind...
No, Your Honor. This isn't my calendar. It was originally the witness's, but it came into the possession of a certain young lady. What? Mr. Rhymes and this young lady first met each other in the food prep room. After a mishap, their calendars got switched around, and they ran into each other at about 10 a.m. in the food prep room. So clearly the witness was not in the staff room. In other words, there's no way he could have heard the noise in the pool room upstairs. What's this? This is the first I'm hearing about any calendar. That's because Mr. Rhymes and Pearls were keeping it a secret.
You lied to me. This transgression will not go unpunished. So, Mr. Rhymes, you didn't hear the noise of the equipment falling after all, did you?
Okay, I admit it. I didn't hear the noise in the Orca pool room myself, but somebody told me about it. Who told you about it? It was, Unless you tell the truth, Mr. Rhymes, I can't save Orla. I'm sure you know how sad that would make Miss Buckler. Heard about it from Sasha. What? From Miss Buckler? But that doesn't make sense. What is going on here? Now it's the trainer's own words that drive the Orca into a corner. How do you like being bitten by your own client, right, Dono? Ugh, I certainly didn't see this coming. What perfect timing. There was something I wanted to ask Miss Buckler about the Orca. The prosecution calls the trainer Miss Sasha Buckler to the stand.
Yes, I suppose it would be a good idea to hear what the Orca's trainer has to say.
I don't know what Sasha's going to say, but I'll just have to meet it head on, whatever it is.
Take a 25-minute recess while the witness is summoned.
To be continued. I mean, you can just telecast her, though. Alright, but I am going to stop here. It's late, and I keep yawning. And that's probably not a good indication for what's to come as far as, like, needing to fix things with my brain and figure out what the contradictions are and etc. So I'm going to call it there. But thank you for hanging out with me. Hope you all enjoyed it. Sorry that, the Ace Attorney bit was maybe a little bit shorter. It was only an hour. But I really did want to get some Tales of Symphonia in because it got shafted yesterday because I didn't stream yesterday. So I will be back next week as per usual. So Monday we'll pick up the Orca trial on Monday. So we'll do that. We'll find out what Sasha saw or heard, I guess, more like it seems. Though you kind of wonder, like, why, like, she's a trainer, so she has a security card and can get in. So if she heard something, she could actually go in there. But who knows? We'll figure it out. And then Tuesday we'll do more Tesla Symphonia. It should be a good time. So if any of that sounds interesting, feel free to come back. I'll be here. If you want something different, there's plenty of VODs over on the website if you like. And otherwise, I hope you all have a great rest of your day or night, whatever time it is, wherever you are. And I will see you all later. Bye for now, everyone.